Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Commentary Hub's coverage of Wales against Latvia in the Euro 2024 qualifying round, Group D. I'm your alternative commentator, Nicholas Jones, and Wales are back in more familiar surroundings at the Cardiff City Stadium, where they have won many an international fixture, including the all-important crucial game against Ukraine 9 months ago that took them through to the group stage of the World Cup. Rob Page's men had a really tough match against Croatia on Saturday away, with it looking as though they were going to go away empty-handed, but substitute Nathan Broadhead at the last moment managed to get an equaliser with just seconds to spare. So that all-important point could be very crucial throughout their qualifying campaign, and it will have likely given them hope. And every point game tonight will be crucial as Turkey, who topped the table, are at home to Croatia tonight. And it's only their second match against Latvia, winning 2-0 in a friendly all the way back in 2004. And Wales head coach Rob Page was part of then manager Mark Hughes' team. Kiefer Moore is looking for his 10th goal at international level in 33 match appearances. And what I forgot to mention was that for Nathan Broadhead, Saturday was his debut match. So expect him to make more of an impression when he gets called on. Latvia, on the other hand, are ranked 133rd in the world, so theoretically don't stand a chance against Wales. But they did score 13 points in 6 Nations League matches to return to Group C for next season. They did, however, lose their recent friendly match to the Republic of Ireland 3-2 on Friday evening. So they will have likely looked at how to refocus their composure and see how they can do against Wales. Well, we're just about 5 minutes away. We're just about 6 minutes away from kickoff, so we're going to go through the lineups quickly. Starting with Wales, in goal is number 12, Danny Ward. Number 3, Nico Williams. Number 5, Chris Mepham. Number 6, Joe Rodon. Number 8, Harry Wilson. Number 10, Aaron Ramsey, the captain. Number 13, Kiefer Moore. Number 14, Connor Roberts. Number 15, Ethan Ampadu. And number 20, Dan James. For Latvia, in goal is number 1, Pavel Steinborg. Number 2, Vladislav Shirokins. Number 3, Marcis Osh. Number 5, the captain, Antonis Chemorodis. Number 6, Christos Tolberg. Number 9, Vladislav Gutovskis. Number 10, Yanis Ikaunics. Number 11, Robert Shavalnyks. Number 14, Andrzej Shiganics. Number 17, Artur Zuzins. And number 20, Robert Uldrikis. And it's a rainy night at the Cardiff City Stadium as the match mascots, as the Wales match mascots, and as the Wales squad mascots, I should say, are wearing ponchos. So they're doing their best to keep themselves. So they're doing their best to keep the rain off them, at the very least. And the players will be coming out of the are actually at the foot of the tunnel and will be getting ready to come out very shortly. In fact, they're coming out now, and I can just about make out that Wales will be wearing all red tonight, given that they are at home. We'll let you know what Latvia's away kit will be, and so the team, and so both teams now making their way out onto the centre of the pitch. Latvia's head coach is Danis Kazakevich, who has been in charge since January 2020 and has also managed their under-21 side. So the players have now assembled at the centre of the pitch for the national anthem, and the first national anthem will be the national anthem of Latvia. So any second now, we should hear the national anthems. Here's the national anthem of Latvia. That was the national anthem of Latvia, and that was the national anthem of Latvia, sung by the players and management. And now time for the national anthem of Wales. Just waiting for it to come, and here it is now. Such a powerful rendition by the Wales players, supporters, and management, as you would expect. And now we can go on to the lineups. Wales are playing in a 4-4-2-3-1 formation, I should say, with Ward in goal. Then it's the back four of Williams, Rodon, Mepham, and Roberts, Ampadu and Morel Ampadu and Morel in the centre, with James, Ramsey and Wilson in midfield. Kiefer Moore is the lone striker, although according to my piece of paper, James and Moore are up front. So it remains to be seen what their final positions will be, and we shall soon have the Latvia formations shortly. But before we do, we can now go through our match officials, and we can go through our match officials with Georgi Kushavli of Georgia, our match referee, and his assistant referees also of Georgia, Levan Varamashvili and Zaza Pipa. Fourth official, also of Georgia, Eleko Apziari. On VAR is Paolo Vareri of Italy, and as assistant VAR Daniele Doveri, and the UEFA referee observer Martin Ingvarsson of Sweden, and RL Onescu of Romania is the UEFA delegate. Latvia lineup is a 4-4-2 with Steinborst in goal, Shrokins, Chernomordis, Osh, Savanieks, the back four with and in midfield Shiganic, Tobers, Zuzins, and Ikaunieks with Gutkovskis and Uldrikis, the two forwards. And I apologise in advance for any foreign names I may mispronounce. Andrew Bennett, who tuned in to Croatia, who tuned in to our coverage of Wales' away match against Croatia, has chanted to us, "Wales, Wales, Wales!" So great to have you on board again too as a listen. And Latvia, from what I've seen, are wearing white with sort of brownish stripes, which to me is something that is not outside of club football. And we pause now for a minute's silence. There was a minute's silence. If any of you know what the minute silence was for, then do let me know. Then do please get in touch with me and let me know. We're also live on the Commentary Hub too, Storm FM, JB Sports, and you can also find us on our Twitch channel. The Latvia to kick us off. With what seems to be Uldrikis, that is the player closest to the ball, or is it? No, it looks to me like it's Ikaunieks. Anyway, away we go then at the Cardiff City Stadium for Wales against Latvia in the Euro 2024 qualifying match, and straight away it looks to be Latvia. In possession. That was through Shrokins, and the ball trying to be played up front to Harry Wilson. Other games that I'll be updating you on tonight. 3 Group I matches: Kosovo against Andorra, Romania against Belarus, and Switzerland against Israel. We'll also have updates of Scotland against Spain in Group A. And the ball is now with Connor Roberts. Connor Roberts trying to play the ball up to Keeper Moore, but was halted by Chernomordis. And so throwing given at this early stage to Wales. And Roberts will take the throw. He needs to find a clear space. He throws to Wilson, and it's Wilson crossing into the 18-yard box. I think the ball was almost caught by Moore, but deflected away by Croatia. And now Wales are looking for another chance through Wilson, but well intercepted by Croatia. And that was through Shrokins. But the referee has put a stop to play. I think he's given an advantage to Latvia because Wilson might have impeded Shrokins, and it'll be a goal kick to Latvia to be taken by Steinborst. Steinborst times his moments. He runs up, kicks the ball forward, and who's he going to kick it to? It was almost caught by Gutkovskis, but deflected away by Wales, and good teamwork by Wales. But it's given a throw in to Shrokins, Latvia, and he throws, but tackled by Wales. Latvia regain control of the ball, but it's given away back to Wales through Roberts, and Roberts does a forward pass to Ward. Now Ward passes the ball out to Williams, and the ball is now with Chris Mepham. Mepham now for Wales, passes back to Ward. I should actually say it was Joe Rodon who had the ball earlier, and he's got it again now. He passes to Nico Williams. Williams to Ramsey. Now it's with Ethan Ampadu. Back towards Williams. Williams passes down the wing to Chris Mepham. Mepham playing the ball forward now to Connor Roberts. Roberts wanted to find a gap but couldn't, so he had to pass back to Mepham. Now Rodon. Williams. Nico Williams needs to find a gap. He plays the ball forward to Dan James, but headed by Martis Osh. Reading the. To me, it looked as though he was reading James's mind. To me, it looked as though he was reading James's mind. Good teamwork between the two of them, as Rodon now regains the ball from a Latvia throw-in. Rodon passes up the wing to Nico Williams, and Williams now passing to I think that's James. Yes, it is. It's Dan James now for Wales. He passes to Ramsey. Ramsey crosses down the wing to Mepham, but he passed to I think that was Morale. Now back forwards to Nico Williams. Williams to Wilson. Those two are working so well together. It's James now with the ball for Wales. Tries to go around the defenders, but can't quite do so. Wales still managed to hold on to the ball. It's Ethan Ampadu to Ramsey. Now it's Williams. Williams passing back down to Joe Rodon. Now it's with Morale. Ampadu again. Good ball control by Wales. They're doing really well to hold Latvia off. But for how much longer? It's Dan James now for Wales. He has to go after the ball. He still got it. Now it's with Keeper Moore and Harry Wilson, but saved by Pavel Steinbusch. That could have been the opening goal for Wales. Great ball control and teamwork by Wales, but Steinbusch's reflexes just kept it out. And had the ball gone in, that would have been Harry Wilson's sixth goal. Wales now have another chance in the 5th minute. They've been given a corner. What can they do from here? The answer is miss out, because that was almost a diving header by one of the Latvia defenders to keep the ball out, and it appears to have worked. And it appears to have worked because the ball is now just outside the centre line as I talk to you. After almost 5.5 minutes, it's Wales 0, Latvia 0, and the Wales player has gone down. It's Nico Williams, and just as I say that Scotland are 1-0 up against Spain. Scott McTominay in the 7th minute has given his team an early lead. Remember, on Saturday they won 3-0 against Cyprus. And anyway, it's Rodon with the ball. He passes down wing to Connor Roberts. Roberts has to hold off. Shigan Yeats almost does so, but he managed to pass to Chris Mepham. So that's good. So that's good news for Wales. It's Joe Morel now with the ball, being hounded by Latvia. Back now to Roberts. Roberts again towards Mepham. He has to watch out for Gutkowski's, and he did that. Williams now trying to cross it front to Ramsey, but almost lost. But they almost lost it to Latvia. I think that was Artur Zhuzhin's. That's almost had contact with the ball. Now taking another look at that again, and in no way did he get near. In no way did that player get near Joe Rodon. I couldn't make out who it was. Anyway, it's now Mepham passing to Ward, and they're doing really well to hold off Gutkowski. The ball is still with Wales. It's Ramsey back to Williams. Just over 7 minutes gone. It's still Wales 0, Latvia 0. rode on. Now it's with Chris Mepham. Mepham passing to, I think that's Joe Morrell. Now passing downwind to Connor Roberts. Roberts to Harry Wilson. Now it's with Kiefer Moore. Kiefer Moore inside the 18-yard box, but deflected away by the Latvia defenders. But offside has been given, and I'm now going to have to check again on my monitor to see how far away he was. And yes, I can see that he was clearly ahead of the last Latvian defender, which was Shrokins, and it's given a goal kick to Latvia to be taken by Steinbors. Steinbors clears the ball forward. Who's he going to aim at? That was Gutkovskis, but I think he passed the ball to one of his teammates. It was nicked by Wales, but Latvia have managed to regain control, and through goes the ball. I think that was by Shrokins. Shrokins trying to find, I think that was Uldrikish, or was it? No, it wasn't. It was Ikaunics. And that's a somewhat worried Wales. So let's see what they can do. And it's Ramsey to take advantage of the throw-in, and Ramsey crosses down to Connor Roberts, and Roberts now crossing up to Joe Rodon. It's Rodon now with the ball. Rodon now passing to Chris Mepham to Rodon. Now it's Nico Williams. Williams passing to, I think that's so I thought that was Ramsey, but I don't think it was. It's Rodon passing downwing again to Roberts. Now it's Joe Morrell. Morrell passing again to Mepham. Now it's Rodon. Nico Williams now crossing to Connor Roberts, but Roberts misses. That was great. That was great deflection by Vladislav Shrokins, and no other goals no goals coming in as of yet from the other qualifying matches. From the other qualifying matches so far tonight. It's Joe Morrell passing to Ramsey. Now Joe Rodon. Chris Mepham now. Mepham crosses down. Does a long-range pass down to Connor Roberts. It almost went into the 18-yard box, but somehow was deflected away. Mepham dicing with a Latvian player. I couldn't see who it was. We'll have to check. It might have been Gutkovskis, and indeed it was. I think he just bundled him down to the ground. Nothing too serious, but it's given Latvia a free kick to be taken by Vladislav Shrokins, and Shrokins tried to cross to Gutkovskis, but was nicked by Harry. But the ball was nicked, I should say, by Harry Wilson. Anyway, he's given the ball away now to Marcis Osh, who did well to pass to Steinbors, almost picked up by Rodon. But now the ball is with Robert Uldrikish of Latvia, and Latvia came close to surprising Wales earlier. They're looking to do so now as Uldrikish has the ball, but the ball kept out by the Wales defenders. Latvia are still hungry for it, but nicked by Joe Rodon for Wales. And the ball it's now a throw into Wales. And I have to say, Latvia are doing really well to hold off. Wales for the time being, but I think Wales should be looking to score, and soon. Although so far I think they have had fewer chances to score than Latvia. After 12 minutes, it's still Wales 0, Latvia 0. As Dan James now has the ball. He tries to cross down to Kiefer Moore, but Moore was too far. Down wing, in my view, and there seemed to be no way that he was going to get it. It's Roberts now. It's Roberts now with the ball, and he passes up the wing to Joe Morrell. Now it's with Joe Rodon, and who passes in turn to Mepham. Now it's Connor Roberts. Roberts passing to Harry Wilson. Wilson trying to cross to Kiefer Moore, but Moore misses the ball. Had Kiefer Moore been a couple of yards further back, he could have headed it. He could easily have headed the ball. Had Moore been a couple of yards ahead, he could have headed it in, but he might well have been held up, I should say, by Marchis Os. But either way, it's done nothing to affect the score, and Latvia, I should say, looking to try and cause Wales more misery, and the ball's now being played towards Yanis Ikaunieks trying to pass to one of their forward players, but nicked by Wales. And the ball has now ended up back at the feet of Danny Ward. So Ward now. No, it wasn't. It was Pavel Steinbors. Shikanyets passing to, I think that was Chernomorodic, the captain. Now the ball's being passed to Yanis Ikaunieks. But the ball has gone out of play for a Wales throw. Just after 14 minutes, it's still Wales 0, Latvia 0. You're listening to the Commentary Hub with me, Nicholas Jones, and Latvia have a throw-in. Throw-in taken. The ball now being passed to Vladislav Shrokins, and Shrokins trying to cross to, I think that was Yanis Ikauniec, but the ball has gone out for. Was now gone out for another throw. One or two of the Wales substitutes having a bit of a light-hearted chat with each other. One of those appears to be Nathan Broadhead, who scored that stunning equaliser against Croatia on Saturday. Back to the here and now. It's Ampadu passing to Ramsey. Now it's with Nika. Now it's with Williams. Williams to James. Now back to Ramsey. Ramsey passing again to Williams. Williams back to James, but the ball has now ended up with Joe Rodon. Rodon to Ampadu, and back now towards Williams. Williams crossing to Chris Mepham. Lovely header towards I think that was Ramsey, but so the ball ended up with Robertson. Now Latvia have taken the ball back. It's Artur Zuzins now for Latvia, and he had to pass to his teammates, and a forward cross to Uldrikis, I should say. I have to say that the ball is. I have to say that that most of the attacking so far has been done by Latvia, although Wales have been really strong to hold them off, and did Gutkovskis tap Rosen on the knee. I think he may have done, but we'll just have to see. I couldn't really make out entirely what happened. Uldrikis, Uldrikis is in fact wearing number 10. So that means Ikauniec could well be wearing number 11. So Uldrikis. It's a corner to Latvia, I should say. But they're dealt with by Danny Ward, and Wales excel in keeping out Latvia's attacks. For a minute, for a slight moment, it looked as though Latvia were going to put this ball in. But talking of Wales, it's now Kiefer Moore. He was all out on his own, but clipped by Antonis Chernomordis. And it still remains after 17 minutes 0-0 between both sides. And Romania have made it 2-0 within 2 minutes. Nicolae Stanciu in the 17th minute and Andrei Burcha in the 19th minute make it Romania 2, Belarus 0. And we're now going to take a look again at what happened with the corner, and that was almost a well-timed screamer by Maciej Osh, but Ward was able to save that, and the ball was thus kept out. It's Conor Roberts now for Wales. Passing to Joe Morrell. Now it's Aaron Ramsey. Ramsey, I think is doing really well. Given that Ramsey, I think is doing really well in what is his second match as captain. He seems to be filling the boots of Gareth Bale really well, in my opinion. But what's yours? Let me know, please. And now Conor Roberts has the ball. He's just outside the 18-yard box. Passes to Joe Morrell. And Morrell was aiming for Ramsey in the goal area, but Latvia keep it out. It's Morrell to Ramsey, now passing to Ampadu. Ampadu now towards Nico Williams. Williams has passed to Dan James. Again, these two are working so well together. Williams back towards James. James now passing to Ampadu. Ampadu to Joe Rodon, who in turn passes to Chris Mepham. Mepham passes the ball down wing to Conor Roberts. Roberts now passing back to Ampadu, I should say. I thought it was Mepham, but it's now with Aaron Ramsey. Ramsey crosses the ball up wing to Dan James, but deflected by Latvia. I think the player that deflected the ball was Ikalniak, so I'm not too sure. But meantime the ball is now with Joe Rodon. Rodon to Nico Williams. Now the ball is with Aaron Ramsey. Ramsey doing well to hold off Svalnieks. Now the ball has gone back to Ramsey. Ramsey to Qualifer and more momentarily disappointed because he knows that could have been his 10th goal at international level. He timed his header all wrong, or rather the ball just smacked him in one side of the face, and after almost 20 and a half minutes, it still remains Wales 0, Latvia 0. Harry Wilson now with the ball. He passes to Ramsey. Ramsey now trying to pass the ball around, but intercepted by Latvia. It's the ball is now with Roberts Uldrich now passing. Uldrich now trying to pass the ball around to Shrokins. Shrokins almost giving the ball away to Wilson, but Wilson tackles the ball off Tobash. It's Wilson to Qualifer Moore, but Latvia nicked the ball once again through Zuzins. Latvia are proving to be a tougher opponent than Wales will have thought. And the ball has now ended up with Roberts Uldrich, but a player has gone down. It's Vladislav Gutovskis. And that looks nasty. He's got his hand on his lower back, and that was what caused the problem. He clapped his back, bumped into Chris Mepham's. I'm not quite sure who was at fault, but he's managed to get himself back up. I think it was just a normal incident. There's hardly a word between the two of them. Yet there's also no physical altercation or violence, which is good to see. And Turkey are 1-0 down in the 20th minute. Mateo Kovacic opening the score in that game. So a real surprise for the Group D leaders, and the referee now having a bit of a chat with Ethan Ampadu and one or two other players to try and sort out the debate, and it's given a free kick to Latvia. But I'm just glad that no further action was taken. Anyway, the ball is now with Andrej Šiganieks passing to, I think that was Uldrikish, but deflected away by Wales, and Šiganieks looked as though he was going to throw the ball, but he concedes the ball to Vladislav Shirokins. Shirokins throws, but kept away by Ramsey, and Wales have taken advantage. It's keeper. It looks like Dan James. It's Dan James still with the ball. He's managing to hold off Šiganieks really well, and he does well to pass to Wilson. It's now with Roberts. Roberts crosses to Ramsey inside the 18-yard box. Ramsey has to exit though, but he still manages to hold on to the ball for Wales. He passes this time to Mepham. Mepham up the wing to Nico Williams. Williams passing down to Ethan Ampadu, and now it's with Rodon. Rodon passing this time to Mepham. Ramsey to Dan James, and James, or is that Joe Morale? It's Joe Morale who was fouled. It might have been by Christos Tolbers. I'm going to take a look at it again on my monitor, and indeed it was Tolbers. So it looks as though Wales have just taken a free kick, and the ball has now ended up with Roberts. Roberts tried to hold on to the ball but couldn't. That was great blocking by one of the Latvia defenders, and that could well be and I think that might be a corner to Latvia. This is what happened a short while ago with Maciej Osh. That could well have sent shockwaves around the Cardiff City Stadium. But really well timed save by Danny Ward. But back to the here and now as Uldrikish tried to keep the ball for Wales, but was intercepted by Nico Williams, and that has now given a throw in to Wales, and I think it will be Kalniec. It will be Kalniec that will take the throw for Latvia. He throws to Christos Tolbers. Now the ball has ended up with Svalnieks. Svalnieks tried to pass to Uldrikish, but it went over the line. After 25 and a half minutes, it's still Wales 0, Latvia 0. Ramsey takes the throw. Ramsey takes advantage of the throw, but he has to pass back to Williams. Williams doing really well to keep the ball inside the line. He passes to Mepham, back to Williams. Williams now passing this time to Joe Rodon. Now it's back to Ward. Ward to Mepham. Roberts. Connor Roberts crossing the ball up front to, I think that was Dan James, but no, it's actually Kiefer Moore. Kiefer Moore was fouled. I couldn't see who fouled him. It might well have been Osh, and it was just bundled him down. But nothing worthy of a card. If you have any different, but nothing worthy of a card in my view. If you have a different opinion, if you have any different opinions to mine, then do please get in touch. Then do please get in touch through our comment. Then do please get in touch through our comments as Wales tried to keep the ball, but could not, and it will be a Latvia throw-in to be taken by Šrokins. Still no new goals coming in as of yet. Still no new goals coming in as of yet in the other in the other qualifying matches. So far it's Scotland 1, Spain 0, and Romania 2, Belarus 0. But Latvia on the attack, trying to go for broke in an attack against Wales, but Wales again doing really well. And this was a foul on Artur Zhuzhins, which I did not see. But Wales have to defend from this throw-in, and the ball has gone to Svalnieks. It's Svalnieks now with the ball, but he passes this time to Gutkovskis, and Gutkovskis tries to go for goal, but saved again by Ward. Magnificent save by Danny Ward. That was just wonderful. He guessed where the ball was going, and he halted it with absolute precision. Good use of his body. But the ball is now being played up forward by Wales, and it's Connor Roberts. Roberts passing to Wilson. Now back towards Roberts. Roberts passing this time to keeper ball. Can he go for a shot? No, not quite. He just misses. And the ball just bounced off the side netting. Rob Page shouting words of encouragement from the touchline. And no wonder. Roberts set up the attack. But more, I think dawdled a second too long, and that was what cost him the chance to put Wales in front. They might be disappointed now, but they are not out. And Ward now passing to Joe Rodon. And now it's with Connor Roberts, and out goes the ball from Roberts, or I think a Latvian player might have had a touch, had the last touch of it. So it's a Wales throw by Roberts to Chris Mepham. It's Mepham now with the ball, and a pass up front to Nico Williams. Now it's with I think with Joe Morrell. So Wales still have, and Morrell starts the ball for Wales, and he passes to Aaron Ramsey. Ramsey crosses down the wing to Joe Rodon. We're now 30 minutes in, and Wales are still looking to score the first goal at home. And the ball has now ended up with Dan James. James to Ramsey. And Ramsey trying to cross to Moore, but kept out by Latvia. Is this the chance for Wales through Williams? No! Nico Williams was so unlucky not to score from just outside the D-ring. His shot was too aggressive and too powerful in my view. But on closer inspection, it looked as though it was very close to hitting the crossbar. Gareth Bale inside the stands. He knows what it's like to play to play in a qualifying match at home and be under so much pressure. But I think Wales are handling the pressure really well indeed, as Wilson appears to have been tackled by somebody. I couldn't quite see who it was. But meantime, play now resumes, and the ball is with Rodon. Rodon to Chris Mepham. Mepham now passing to Connor Roberts. Connor Roberts crossing up wing, I should say, to Rodon. Now it's with Wilson. Wilson looking for James, finds him, but tackled by Svalnieks. But Wales are still not out of it. And that was and the ball was deflected, and Ramsey had the ball last, but it was deflected away by I think that was Ikalnieks. But Rob Page can be very pleased with how. But Rob Page can be very pleased with how his side are performing so far, and they need to take advantage of Turkey going down against Croatia. So and a win for Wales could give them a real shot in the arm. And but they haven't taken advantage. They need to do so within the next 13 minutes. And after almost 33 have been played, it's still Wales 0, Latvia 0. Although I think Gudkovskis has been fouled by Rodon. Look very minor in my view. So free kick now given to Latvia. I think that's and I think that is Tobers to take the free kick. Tobers does so. It's being played forward to I think that was Ikalnieks, but tackled by Nico Williams. Williams has been a really good team player so far for Wales in this match, and it's given a corner to Latvia. This is I think their second corner, and Wales saved Latvia, and Wales saved their bacon by defending that goal. And talking of which, that looked like it was going to go for another one, but it was too wide in my view, and that was by Christes Tobers. Tobers did well with the header, but it was just so close to the right. But it was just so close to the right side crossbar. Ward kicks the ball out of the goal towards Kiefer Moore, but misses. And that I think was mistimed. And a Latvian player has gone down, so play has to be stopped. I've no idea who fouled who at the moment. And I can now reveal that Marcis Osh has been fouled. I think he's checking himself to see if there is a nosebleed or something. There doesn't appear to be any. And that was through Harry Wilson. And Wilson has been given a yellow card by the looks of it, has he? I think he has. The referee, I think, has just told him to calm down. Wilson does look to be a bit pent up. He's not fully angry, and Wilson, and there's the confirmation. Wilson has been given a yellow card. So Latvia need to take advantage of this free kick done by the goalkeeper. But Wales again defend. It's Nico Williams. Williams does well to hold on. He passes to Rodon. Rodon passes back to Williams. Williams now passing to Dan James. James passes back to Rodon. Rodon now towards Roberts. Roberts passes up to Ampadu, but Ampadu misses, and the ball has ended up with Rodon. It's Rodon now to Nico Williams. Williams passes back to Rodon. Rodon back again towards Williams, and still no new scores coming in. As of yet. After 36 minutes, it's still Wales 0, Latvia 0, and the ball is now still with Connor Roberts. Roberts to Wilson. Wilson tries to find someone up front to pass it to, but good defending by Latvia. Rodon now passing to Ampadu. Ethan Ampadu to Aaron Ramsey. Now back to Ampadu. Ampadu passing up front to Dan James. James to Morel. Now back to Ampadu. Ampadu again to Morel. Nico Williams, I should say. Williams again to Wilson. Now back to Williams. Williams needs to find someone to cross to in the 18-yard box quickly, but conceded to Latvia. It's now with Kiefer Moore. Is it? And it was aimed at Harry Wilson. I thought Wilson was going to find somewhere Wilson was going to have an opportunity to strike, but couldn't. It's Chris Meppen now with the ball. I think he tackled it off Aldrichish. So good tackle by him, and the ball is now back with James. James trying to cross to Ramsey, but kept out by Latvia, and that was almost a shot on goal by Ethan Ampadu. Ampadu can't believe what has happened, and neither can I. I'm now going to see what happened. Ampadu appeared to be in the right place, but the ball may have been deflected by Shiganics. Shiganics looked likely to be the player that deflected the ball. Although I think Wilson might have had a chance himself. But after 38 minutes, it still remains Wales 0, Latvia 0. Somebody somewhere has got to give in, and but neither side are willing to concede an inch right now. And that was a foul by Sunamodish on Qualifer Moore. It's Williams now to Aaron Ramsey. Ramsey has the ball. He passes to Nico Williams. Now it's back with Ramsey. Ampadu passing to Joe Rodon, and it's Rodon to Wilson. To James, I should say now. But Moore concedes the ball to Latvia, and it ends up back at the feet of Pavel Steinborg. This has been a really action-packed game, and I think that was the effort by James, by Wilson, I should say, which I missed earlier. So it was still no further goals coming in as of now. We're now just 39.5 minutes in. It's still Wales with the ball. Joe Rodon crossing the ball up front to I think that's Qualifer Moore, but almost tackled by Latvia. It goes back to Nico Williams though. Williams controlling the ball really well. He passes to Aaron Ramsey. Ramsey now towards James. James needs to find someone to cross to in the 18-yard box. He finds Qualifer Moore, and Wales have taken the lead. It's Qualifer Moore's 10th goal at international level, and that has surely put the smiles on the faces of every Wales supporter at the Cardiff City Stadium. Andrew Bennett says, "Yes, boys," and rightly so. Gareth Bale should be pleased with that one as well. What a wonderful finish by Qualifer Moore in the 40th minute. Excellent teamwork between James and Ramsey, and Moore and they found Moore, and he just headed it in without a second invitation. A brilliant header to put Wales 1-0 up. And Rob Page and the management going berserk on the touchline, and the Wales and so too are the Wales supporters, and Qualifer Moore doing the slide on his knees. I don't exactly know what that celebration move is, but if you do, then let me know. And but Latvia now firmly on the back foot. And to be honest, I'm amazed that they I'm actually amazed that they managed to keep Wales at bay for this long. And the ball is now with Marchis Osh. Osh now conceding the ball to Williams. Now it's James. Williams again! but the ball has gone out of play for a throw-in, and Dan James clutching his leg. There must have been that foul must have looked really nasty. I'm going to take another look at it on my monitor, and the perpetrator was Archer's Zhuzhins, and to me it looked as though he didn't touch him at all. I think it just I think the momentum must have just forced James down, but if there was any physical contact, I must have missed it. So I can't judge the situation. If you have an opinion on what you think happens, then do please get in touch. Anyway, it's given Wales a free kick, which they take almost instantly, and Roberts crossing again to Qualifer Moore, and Moore misses the chance to double Wales's lead within 3 minutes. But that was so unlucky by Moore, and also Steinborsch was really close, and Steinborsch was also really close as well. We're now just about 2.5 minutes from half time, and it's Wales 1, Latvia 0. But again, we're now taking a look at the header from Qualifer Moore. Excellent. He timed this move to perfection, and he deservedly got the applause from the Wales supporters as Rodon is fouled by one of the Latvia players. I couldn't see who it was. It was Srokins, Vladislav Srokins, who's been a real thorn in Wales' side so far this evening. Just pushed Harry Wilson down, and that looked like a really bad shove in my view. I'm not really sure if that's yellow card worthy in my view, because I've seen worse. As Roberts takes the free kick for Wales, he passes to Mepham. Now it's with Rodon. 30 seconds of normal time left at the Cardiff City Stadium, as it's Ramsey now trying to cross to Moore, but cut out by Sherna Mordish. I think there was an incident between Sherna Mordish and Ramsey, but the referee acting very sensibly in calming him down. Or was it Qualifer Moore? It was Qualifer Moore. He almost had him in some kind of headlock, which in football, as far as I'm aware, is not allowed. And 1 minute of additional time has been added. Superb professional action by the referee to calm proceedings down, as Joe Morrell has been fouled, and the referee has to act yet again, and a fracas now occurring between several Latvian players and I think 1 or 2 Wales players. I think Ramsey might have been involved, but sensible action but sensibly dealt with by the referee. And if only we had referees of that caliber more often in the Premier League, or indeed the EFL. I think Tobej was trying to have a go at Qualifer Moore, and Georgi Krashvili, I should say, dealing with that one really well. We've gone over the 1 minute of allotted time, and it's a free kick to Wales. Will it be Harry Wilson or Connor Roberts to take the free kick? And it's in fact it's Wilson who just received the ball from Roberts. He goes for a second goal, but deflected away by Steinborsch. Really well saved, or deflected away, I should say, by the Latvia goalkeeper. We should have half-time results coming in, and in fact, it is half-time at the Cardiff City Stadium. Latvia held off the Wales charge for so long, but it was inevitable. But Kiefer Moore broke through and scored that one and that wonderful header, made it his 10th international goal. And half-time at the Cardiff City Stadium, Wales 1, Latvia 0. And we're going to take a bit of a break, but we'll be back we'll be back before the start of the second half, and we'll have the halftime results, I should say, from the other qualifying matches. Don't go away. Welcome back to the Commentary Hub's coverage of Wales against Latvia in the Euro 2024 qualifying match. Latvia held off Wales really well for the first 40 minutes, but Qualifer Moore, Qualifer Moore has produced a well-timed header to put Wales in front. And now we can go through. And now that it's after, we can go through the other matches concerning the qualifying. It's concerning the qualifying. It's Switzerland 1, Israel. It's in Group I. It's Kosovo. It's Kosovo 0, Andorra 0, Romania 2, Belarus 0, and Switzerland 1, Israel 0. In the other Group A match, in the Group A match, it's Scotland 1, Spain 0, and it's Croatia, and it's Turkey, and it's also Turkey 0, Croatia, and it's actually Turkey 0, Croatia 2 now. Mateo Kovacic scoring again in just after the 45th minute. There were also other early results. There was also another Group A results earlier on today. Georgia against Norway finished 1-0, and there were also a couple of home nations games in recent days. The Republic of Ireland lost their Group B match against France 1-0 yesterday, and Northern Ireland against Finland in Group H finished with a 1-0 win to Finland on Sunday after Northern Ireland beat San Marino away 2-0 on Thursday. Michael O'Neill has recently returned to manage it. Has recently returned to international management, and he has assured everyone that their qualification hopes are not over yet, despite the loss to Finland, which was on the same day that England beat Ukraine 2-0. Whilst England might have been getting all the headlines, there are other, whilst England and Wales and also Scotland might be getting all the headlines. The Irish sides, in my view, are worth keeping an eye on. So bear that in mind. So bear that in mind if you're interested in that sort of thing, and always expect the unexpected. But back to the main business of tonight. Latvia needs to decide who they should bring forward. Uldrich did really well up front, although Marciś Osh almost scored in one of Latvia's earlier corners. Wales, on the other hand, need to keep playing the way they are, and hopefully for them getting another goal or two. We're just about a couple of minutes away from from restarting the match, and it'll be Wales that will restart proceedings. And away we go then for the start of the second half as Ramsey passes to Joe Rodon. Now it's with Nico Williams back down to Rodon. Rodon now passing to Nico Williams. Now straight to Danny Ward in goal. Wales are now playing from right to left and Latvia left to right. And a substitution at half-time has been made. Ravish Jukovskis has come on. I actually missed who he was substituted for. So if you know, then do please get in touch. And I think Kiefer Moore might have just had an incident with somebody. I couldn't fully see what happened. But it's Croatia now with the ball. Maciej Osh, remember he is on a yellow card, as is Harry Wilson. It's the ball is now with Shrokins. No, in fact, it was Shrokins who was on it is actually Shrokins who is on a yellow card. I beg your pardon. So Shrokins. Now Shrokins now playing up front. Now playing the ball up front. So I think that was Jukovskis. Jukovskis crossing down to Ikalnieks. Ikalnieks conceding to Dan James. It's James now towards Kiefer Moore. Moore just outside the 18-yard box trying to cross the wheel to James, but headed clear by Latvia. And Switzerland have doubled their lead against Israel. Mohamed Zeki Amdouni. In the 47th minute. Just needed to make sure I got that one right. Latvia now trying to play the ball up front, but cut out by James. Passing it to Nico Williams. I've said it before, but I'll say it again. Those two are working in perfect harmony. As Ramsey now passes to Nico Williams. Nico Williams getting into a bit of an altercation with Yanis Ikalnieks, and two players have gone down simultaneously. It's Moore and Osh. There didn't seem to be anything malicious in what happened. Maybe it was just a normal incident. I think Moore was trying to get to the ball, but Osh just stood in his way, which both of them were perfectly entitled to do. And the free kick by Latvia goes over the line. Rob Page needs to start thinking of more. Rob Page needs to start thinking more tactics about more tactics on how Wales can beat Latvia in the second half. Wales is playing at the minute. It appears to be kind of scrappy. They need to start putting more energy into it, and they're doing it right now through James, passing to Williams. Williams just inside the 18-yard box, has to go back out. He goes for a shot, but it's deflected away by Pavel Steinbors. Excellent use of the hands by the Latvia stopper. Nico Williams unlucky not to make it two. And still no new goals coming in. Still no new goals coming in as of yet. In fact, Ruben Vargas scored Switzerland's first goal in the 39th minute, which I apparently missed. It's James trying to cross down to Nico Williams. He went for another shot, but again saved by Steinbors. and Latvia now and Latvia have the ball back through Vladislav Gutovskis. So the ball was crossed to Williams, or was it Wilson? In fact, it was Harry Wilson. James did really well to cross to Wilson. Good teamwork by Wales. Nico Williams to Joe Rodon. Rodon now passing to Ward. Ward now passing the ball back out to Rodon. Rodon to Ethan Ampadu. Ampadu crossing down the wing to Ramsey. Ramsey to Dan James. And Dan James tries to find an opening, but he concedes the ball back to Nico Williams. Nico Williams was looking for more by the looks of it, but the ball was kept out by Latvia. The ball is now back in Wales' possession, though. It's Connor Roberts. He has to hold off Yukovskis, but fails to do so. And the ball has now gone over the line for a throw. It will be Connor Roberts to throw, and he does. He throws to Nico Williams. Now it's with Joe Rodon, and Rodon crosses down to Dan James, and Dan James trying to cross to Moore, but kept out again by Latvia. It's Ampadu now for Wales. Ampadu now passing to Connor Roberts. Roberts in turn has to pass to Morel. Now back to Connor Roberts. Now it's with Ampadu. Ampadu has to hold off. Ampadu did really well to hold off Gutovskis. Now the ball's gone for a long range pass to Dan James. Dan James tried to set up more but couldn't. He goes for another setup, but Latvia keep the ball out of the goal area. And the ball's been given back to Wales, and I think somebody is offside. I can't see who, but a Latvia player must. But was he just ahead of that? But was a Latvia player just ahead? I don't know. The ball. I think the ball just went over the line briefly. And I think that was through Savanieks. This was something I did not fully see. The ball is now with Chris Mepham. Mepham now passing to Rodon. Back now to Nico Williams. Williams passing to Ampadu. Ampadu now towards Aaron Ramsey. Ramsey towards I think that's Dan James, and a player has gone down. It's Aaron Ramsey. Ramsey has gone down. Rob Page is angry. And no wonder. It was Savanieks who I think just pushed him down, and he's helped up by Ampadu and Savanieks, and Savanieks just walks away without a word. The referee coming over to try and assess the situation, and Rob Page Rob Page was clearly furious. I think he wanted Savanieks to be booked, and Rob Page, as ever, being animated on the touchline, throw into Latvia, headed by Joe Morel, who I think has been fouled by Gutovskis, but Wales concede the ball to Latvia, and Williams takes it back, but he loses it to I think that's Ikalnieks crossing up the wing to I think that was Aldrichish. Couldn't quite tell for sure, but the ball now ends up at the feet of a Steinborg in goal. And Switzerland have made it 3-0 against Israel in the 52 minutes. Sylvain Widmer and Scott McTominay have doubled Scotland have doubled their lead against Spain. It's Scott McTominay again in the 51st minute. The ball now passed out of goal by Ward to Ethan Ampadu. Ampadu passing down the wing to Nico Williams. Now it's with Joe Morel. Morel to Ramsey. Ramsey now passing to Ethan Ampadu. Ampadu now towards Kiefer Moore. Now it's ended up with Harry Wilson. Wilson trying to find Moore, but deflected up, but headed out by the Latvia defenders. Now the ball has gone back to Nico Williams after a deflection. Williams has to hold on to the ball, and he's doing just that. He passes to Ramsey. Ramsey passes down to Morel. Morel passing up the wing to Connor Roberts. Now it's Harry Wilson. Wilson passes to Ramsey. Ramsey passes back to Harry Wilson. Wilson tries to go for a shot, but it just misses the post. That was, to me, looking back, that looked too wide. I'm going to take another look at it again on my monitor, and yes, that was definitely way wide of the post. And Wilson just catching his breath back. He appeared to take this one very calmly, in my view. It's Rodon passing to Danny Ward. Ward clearing the ball out of goal towards Connor Roberts. Roberts fouled by somebody. I couldn't see who it is, and it looks as though Latvia are going to make a substitution. Indeed, they are, and it'll be Alvis Jansums that will become that looks as though he'll be coming on. I mean, who will be coming on as Wales now have the ball just after 56 and a half minutes. It's still Wales 1, Latvia 0. And Rodon now passing down the wing to Nico Williams. It's Williams to Ramsey. Ramsey tries to pass up to Jan James, but tackled by Latvia. Latvia have regained control of the ball. The ball is now firmly with Gutkovskis. Gutkovskis tries to go around Rodon. He's in the 18-yard box. Is he going to go for a shot? Capped out by Danny Ward. Latvia aren't done yet, but tackled again by Wales. Ramsey does well to keep the ball out of the 18-yard box. And a foul just outside the touchline. It looks as though Kiefer Moore was involved. And it's the captain, and it's by the captain, Antonis Chernomordic. Chernomordic, I think, has been booked, and that was and he was tugging on Moore's shirt, and that's definitely not allowed. And I'm now getting confirmation that Chernomordic has been given the yellow card. Any more foul play like that, and he'll be sent off. And Kosovo have taken the lead against Andorra as Ikalnieks makes way for Jansums, and the goal scorer for Kosovo is Adon Zegrova in the 59th minute. As Wales now have the chance to, as Wales are now looking to double their lead. That was by Dan James, who just missed. Lovely free kick by Wilson. It was aiming for James, but James was out of position. And it'll be a goal kick to be taken by Latvia. And the ball now passed out by Steinbosch to, I think that was Osh. Now the ball has ended up back. Now the ball has ended up back with Wales. It's Ampadu to Joe Morel. Wales yet to make a substitution. As Morel passes to Connor Roberts. Roberts passing back to Joe Rodon. Or should I say down the field towards Rodon? It's now Chris Mepham passing to Morel. Morel to Roberts. Now back to Mepham. Now it's Rodon. Rodon passing down the wing to Nico Williams. Williams passes to Morel, and Morel now trying to cross to James, but cut out by Latvia. I couldn't see who it was that stopped. Wales, but Williams Rodon fouled, and I think that was by Gutkovskis, and the Latvia manager Georgi, and the Latvia manager Danish Kajakevich having a chat with his assistant manager by the looks of it. With some 30 minutes to go, Latvia needs to equalise against Wales, and quickly. Wales just need to get in another goal. Wales feel the need to get in another goal so that they can consolidate the lead and take advantage that Turkey are still 2-0 down against Croatia. And this was an incident between Williams and I think Janssens, which I did not see. Nothing more so far. And yes, I can confirm that it is still Turkey. And yes, I can confirm that it is still Turkey 0, Croatia 2. So the ball now about to be cleared out of goal by Ward. And Ward passes to Ward sends the ball forward to keeper Moore, but kept away. But the ball's kept at bay by Latvia. And to be honest, I'm still surprised that the score is still 1-0. I would have expected Wales to make it 2-0 by now. But I did see a score prediction somewhere online saying that the score would be 2-1. And Aaron Ramsey, I think, has had an incident with somebody. I think he was just checking his nose for a nosebleed, and it was by and I think that was a foul by Zhukins, and Zhukins has been Zhukins, I should say, has been booked, and like Vladislav Shirokins, he needs to watch his back. So it'll be Danny Ward to take the free kick. He's just outside the goal area. He runs up, kicks the ball forward. Is he gonna find keeper Moore? He almost does, but Latvia take advantage of that miss, and it's with Janssens. Janssens gives the ball away to Wales, but Latvia take it back. The ball is now firmly with Maxims Tonsiev. Tonsiev is I think a substitute that has come on, which I missed, but Wales now have the ball back through Aaron Ramsey. Ramsey has to hold off Gutkovskis. He's doing just that. And try as Gutkovskis might, he just cannot wrench the ball from Ramsey. But Latvia get the ball back through other means, though, which in this case was a bungled bit of forward play by Wales. Now the ball is back. Now the ball is still with Latvia, though. It's Tobej passing to I think that was Schwalnieks. No, in fact it wasn't. It was Yukovskis. Yukovskis trying to cross to I think that was Gutkovskis, but he was halted. But he was halted by Nico Williams, and I think the two have ended up in a foul that looked pretty nasty on Nico Williams' side, at least. And did he just trip him? Did he just trip him up? Did he just trip him up? I know he actually kicked him on. He actually kicked him on the knee, and that looked painful. And Nico Williams has managed to stand up, but he appears to be all right. He's just trying to get his energy He's just trying to get that energy flowing into his knee so that he can keep on playing. I'm surprised that Wales haven't made any substitutions as of yet. I think I personally think they should. I personally think they should get somebody else on soon, as Williams passes to Ramsey. Ramsey now back towards Williams. Williams now passing to. I think that's Joe Morrell. Yes, indeed it is. It's Morrell back to Williams. Now Morrell again. Morrell passing to Harry Wilson, and Wilson does well to pass to Ramsey, although at a cost. He's ended up on the pitch. And play should stop soon. But just as I say that, he gets back up on his feet. So he was able to compose himself and get himself back up without play having to be stopped. And so it's Morrell to Ampadu. Ethan Ampadu now for Wales. He crosses down wing to Nico Williams. Williams does really well to hold off Yalzums. Or should that be Morrell to James? Now it's with now the ball is firmly with Ampadu. It's Morrell again. Morrell passing to I think that was Ampadu. Yes, indeed it was Ampadu. Ampadu passes to some more, but he loses the ball to Latvia. They almost take it back, and it goes out for a Wales throw. Williams takes the throw in almost instantly. He passed to Ramsey. Now it's sent back to Williams, and that was, I think, a tackle by Jaunzums. And the throw-in has once again been taken by Wales. And Andorra have equalised against Croatia. Or should I say Kosovo? Albert Rosas Ubach in the 61st minute. So that game in that game in Group I is really hot. It's really heating up, and the Latvia I think that appears to be Renas Vaslavans looking ready to come on as a substitute. It's Jaunzums for Latvia, but tackled by James. Now Jaunzums tackles again through Gutkovskis. Now it's back to Jaunzums, but saved by Danny Ward. And I don't know what. Now the ball is firmly, and now the ball still remains firmly with Wales. It's I think that was Morrell to Dan James. Dan James passing to Ramsey. It's Aaron Ramsey for Wales. He passes to Ampadu. Ampadu now towards Joe Morrell. It's Morrell now. Morrell now passing to Connor Roberts. Roberts to Morrell. Morrell now to Ethan Ampadu. It's Ampadu to Aaron Ramsey, but kept out by Latvia. Good stoppage by Arturs Zuzins. Wales have managed to retake the ball through Wilson, and I think it looked like he was trying to set up James, but James was too far. But James was too far from the ball. It's Sigan Yiks trying to cross forward to Uldrikish, but Wales are able to put a stop to that. It's Aaron Ramsey now with the ball. It's Aaron Ramsey now with the ball for Wales. He crosses down wing to Nico Williams. Nico Williams now trying to find someone to cross it to, but deflected away by Latvia. And it will be another throw in to Wales as Andreas Shiganyiks will make way for Renas Vaslavans. Vaslavans just times this moment. He shakes the hand of Shiganyiks and sprints onto the pitch. And finally, Wales are going to make a substitution. It's Nathan Broadhead, the man who equalised against Croatia on Saturday, as Williams throws to James, but James passes back to Williams. The ball's now going into the 18-yard box, but stopped by Latvia. Wales need to take the ball back. They do. And the ball is now firm, and the ball is now with Ampadu. He passes to Joe Rodon. Rodon passing back to Ampadu. Ampadu now towards Williams. Williams passing up the wing. Williams now passing up the wing to Rodon. It's Rodon to Joe Morrell. Morrell now passing to, I think that's Connor Roberts. Roberts passing back to Wilson. Now it's with Nico Williams. Williams now to Dan James. Back towards Williams. Williams passing again to Rodon. Rodon passing now back to Williams. Williams has to hold off Jansums, and he's doing that. It's Chris Mepham now with the ball. Mepham has found Roberts. Now back to Joe Morrell. Morrell was looking to find someone to pass it to, but it was deflected by Latvia, and it looks as though Wales were going to go for another shot, but well handled by Alvis Jansums of Latvia. And we're now just almost 71 minutes in, and it's still Wales 1, Latvia 0, and no further goals coming in as of yet in the other matches. So far, it's currently Kosovo 1, Andorra 1, Romania 2, Belarus 0, Scotland 2, Spain 0, Switzerland 3, Israel 0, Turkey 0, Croatia 2 are the other scores. Wales still have the ball. It's Nico Williams passing up the wing to Joe Rodon. Now it's with Chris Mepham. Mepham to Joe Morrell. Morrell now passing has now passed to Harry Wilson. Now it goes back down wing to Williams, and Williams trying to cross to Dan James, but this time James misses. And Dan James will, I think, be making way for Nathan Broadhead. He gets the applause from the Wales fans, and Dan James is walking towards the touchline, and onto the pitch will come Nathan Broadhead. He gives James a slight pat on the back and sprints onto the pitch, and the Wales supporters rising to their feet and applauding him because he was the man who equalised against Croatia on Saturday. Will he be able to score again tonight? It's Broadhead with the header, and it's gone now to Joe Rodon. Rodon passing to Chris Mepham, although he has to watch out for Gutkovskis. And Mepham now crosses the ball upfield, I should say, to Connor Roberts. Roberts passing back to Joe Rodon through Mepham. Now it's Nico Williams. Williams to Nathan Broadhead, back towards Williams. And Williams now passing it to Ethan Ampadu. One has to question whether they should have whether Rob Page should have put Nathan Broadhead on sooner. I think he should have done. Williams has the ball once again. Now it's with it was with Moore, but who passed the Broadhead but was fouled. And Broadhead has gone down. The referee stops play. We'll try and see what happens. And I think that was a bit of rough handling by Mocic. Don't forget, he is on a yellow card, so he has to watch out. It's Nico Williams passing to Nathan, or should that be Joe Rodon? Rodon passing back to Nico Williams. And Wales need to get at least Wales need to get at least 2 more goals if they are to stand any chance of topping Group B, because Croatia, remember, are 2 goals up against Turkey. And it's Jansums for Latvia, and he passes to Roberts Savaniaks, but saved by Danny Ward. I think Savaniaks looked like it. I think Savaniaks looked like he was going to go for a shot, but Ward saved just in time. It's Joe Morrell now with the ball for Wales. Good use of his feet. He passes to Harry Wilson through Connor Roberts. Wilson crosses down wing to Nathan Broadhead, and Broadhead passes to Ramsey. It's Ramsey now with the ball for Wales. Now it goes back to Nico Williams. Williams tries to go for a shot, but it's just wide. Good use of his feet, but unlucky to miss. He did everything right, but the angle was slightly off. And the Wales supporters will no doubt share his slight disappointment as a Latvian player has gone down. It's Vladislav Gudkovskis, but he is quickly back up on his feet. With some 14 minutes to go, it still remains Wales 1, Latvia 0. Free kick to Latvia. The ball trying to go towards, I think that's Gudkovskis. Now the ball is with Jansons. Jansons tries to go for it, but it's blocked by Nico Williams. Williams has been a real key player for Wales tonight. And the ball, he crosses to Chris Mepham. Mepham passes back to Ward. Ward now looking to find someone to it across to up front, but it goes as far as Wilson, but tackled by Aldrikish, and a bungled move by Latvia concedes the ball back to Wales. Wales now have the ball through Ramsey. Ramsey passing to Broadhead. Now it's gone back to Ramsey. Ramsey passes up wing to Joe Morrell. And Morrell now crossing to, I think that was Harry Wilson. Wilson tries to go for the ball, but misses it. And I think it was Connor Roberts who tried to set Wilson up, but failed. But Wilson just couldn't convert. But Wilson just couldn't convert the finish. And Wales if Wales are to get some more goals, they need to at least bring on a couple of other substitutes. And I'm still very surprised they've only selected one. Kiefer Moore tries to tackle the ball off Latvia, but can't. Now the ball was briefly with Artus Zuzins, but conceded to Nico Williams. It's Joe Rodon to Joe Morrell. Morrell passing to Harry Wilson. Wilson crosses down wing to Nico Williams. It's Williams now with the ball, and another Latvian substitute looking like he was about to come on. It's Raimons Krolis, and the ball is now going towards Harry Wilson. It's Wilson to, I think that was Ramsey, or was it? No, it wasn't. It was I think it was Broadhead. Now it's Ramsey passing to Williams. Now it's Nathan Broadhead back towards Ramsey. Ramsey passing to Broadhead passing to Ramsey. Now back towards Broadhead. Broadhead to Williams. Williams tries to go for another shot and misses yet again. When will he get Wales' second goal? He set up this shot really well, although I think he might have been blocked by Toberge, and that has given Wales a corner. Corner quickly taken, given to Harry Wilson. It's now Nathan Broadhead. Can he go for the shot? But missed by Joe Rodon. He should have been a bit closer, in my view. We'll take a look at that again. The ball from Ramsey to Wilson. Broadhead tries to set up Rodon, but Rodon was impeded by Yukovsky. And with almost 10 minutes left, it still remains Wales 1, Latvia 0. As Ramsey tried to take the ball, but he ended up fouling Artus Zuzins. It's Roberts trying to pass to Morale. He succeeds in doing so. It's now Ramsey, although play has to be momentarily halted for Raymond Krolish to come on as a substitute. I believe he scored one of the goals. I believe he scored one of Latvia's 2 goals in that 3-0 loss to the Republic of Ireland on Friday. Ball about to be thrown out. It's actually a throw in to Latvia, and it will be Marcisz Osh that will take the throw. Marcisz Osh gets ready to take the throw. He runs up and throws the ball in towards the goal area, but headed out by Connor Roberts. Wales once again showing their superb defence, and Ward manages to stop the ball and hold it in his arms. Again, good use of the hands and body by the Wales stopper, and he passes to Morel, but he loses the ball. To Latvia, and it's now with Artur Zuzins. Zuzins looked like he was about to set up Aldrikish, but he was cut out by Chris Mepham, and 2 substitutions are about to be made by Latvia, and coming off will be Artur Zuzins, who is on a yellow card, and Aldrikish coming off as well, and so on will come Krolish and Alexis Shavelyev coming onto the pitch with some 8 minutes left. And it's a goal kick to Wales. Danny Ward must time this free kick very well. He kicks the ball out of the goal area. He tries to find Kiefer Moore, but it's deflected down to Nathan Broadhead, who passes to Ramsey. Ramsey now has the ball for Wales. He's just outside the 18-yard box. He tries to find a gap. He has to pass back to Nico Williams. It's Nico Williams. But Nico Williams loses the ball to Latvia, and he's passed, and the ball is conceded back to Wales through Ethan Ampadu. It's now with Connor Roberts. Roberts now trying to pass to Wilson, but given away to Latvia, and now it's ended up back with Rodon. Rodon passing now to Nico Williams. Williams towards Joe Rodon. Rodon now to Chris Mepham, and it's Mepham to Roberts. Roberts now to Joe Morel. Now back towards Connor Roberts. Roberts has to pass to Ward. He does, and now it's ended up back with Nico Williams. And Williams has managed to find Ramsey. And in around a couple of minutes' time, I should let you know who my player of the match is, depending on how the action goes. And it looks as though Latvia are in with a chance to equalise through Varaslavans, but he misses! Unbelievable! Renas Varslavans picks up the ball when he needed to, but he was cut out by Chris Mepham. Unlucky for him to have the ball deflected away, but that could well play to Latvia's advantage as they have been given a corner. Or is it? No, it's not a corner. I should say it's rather a Danny Ward goal kick. So Croatia unlucky not to receive a corner, even though Chris Mepham did actually look as though he deflected the ball away. And the ball is now with And the ball is now with Connor Roberts, who passes to Joe Rodon. It's now with Mepham, back to, or Rodon Mepham, I should say. And the ball's now being crossed forward to Nathan Broadhead. But Broadhead misses the ball, and it's punched away by Pavel Steinborsch. He had to come out. He must have been really desperate if he had to come out of goal to punch the ball away. And will that have given Wales a corner? No, it wasn't. It's a throw-in, and the ball is now being thrown out to Joe Rodon. Rodon now passing to Morale. It's Morale now to Ampadu, and Ampadu fouled by, or what was it, Wilson? It was Wilson that was fouled. I think that was by Alvis Jansums. It was indeed, and to me it was indeed Jansums. And this is really costing Wales now. And Romania have made it 2-1 against Belarus. Vladislav Morozov in the 86th minute. And Latvia now have a chance to, and Latvia, I should say, are now looking for a chance to get the ball inside the 18-yard box and have a chance at scoring. They've been looking very threatening between the last 5 and 10 minutes. We've now got less than 4 minutes to go until full time. Excellent defending by Wales, and the ball is now but the ball is now conceded back to Latvia and Antonius Chernomordic. Chernomordic crossing the ball forward. Chernomordic crossing the ball forward to I couldn't see who, but headed out and away by Nico Williams. And I have to say Nico Williams could well be a contender for my player of the match. He's been instrumental for his team, and he's been instrumental in setting up attacks for his team, and also in defence. It's Svalnieks to take the corner for Latvia, I should say, and it's ended up at the feet of Alexis Valiev, but missed. Was Raimond Krolish the player to have the last touch of the ball? I'm not really sure if he was. We'll just have to see. And that was the earlier header by Kiefer Moore. Kiefer Moore is certainly up there in contention for player of the match. So too is Aaron Ramsey. Got quite a few to choose from, actually. And but all I can say is that this doesn't make it any easier on my part to find an eventual winner. Ward clears the ball out of goal, but kept out by Latvia. The Latvia fans know that defeat is very much inevitable unless they can pull something miraculous out of the bag. The Wales supporters, young and old, can sense victory, and they're clapping their hands. They're clapping their hands. They're singing their voices out. They're singing to their heart's content, I should say. And with almost a minute to go, it's still Wales 0, Latvia 0. Although Ampadu is down on the ground, and the ball is now still being played around. Ampadu's still on the ground. I'm surprised that play hasn't been stopped. And it's Wilson and for Wales. And finally, play has been halted. Ampadu appears to have been winded. I think he's doing up his laces. They may have come undone. And that was a really nasty push by Raimond Krolish. He should go in the book for that, surely. But I'm not a fully qualified match official. but I'm not a fully qualified match official, and that is not my decision. It's a throw in to Latvia, and the ball has been thrown to Danny Ward in goal. We're now just under 10. We're now just about 10 seconds away from full time, and because he's been a real cog in the system, and because he's been a real cog in the system, and for his excellent play in defence, I'm going to give my player of the match to Nico Williams. So congratulations to him. And 3 minutes have been added. And 3 minutes have been added on for additional time. And so the ball now back in possession for Croatia. It's Osh, but caught by Danny Ward. If you think I should have given my player of the match award to somebody else, then again let me know. Then again let me know in the comments. As Ollie Cooper looks like he's going to come on. I'm still surprised that Wales haven't put on more substitutions. This is, I think, their second substitute of the match, as Aaron Ramsey is going to be coming off. He gives the captain's armband to Ethan Ampadu, and Aaron Ramsey gets the applause from the fans. They know that he has done a good job for them. He knows that he's done a good job for the team tonight as captain, and I think he'll do well as captain in the long term. But meantime, the ball has gone out of play. It looks like it will be a Latvia throw, and the throw-in will be taken by Marcish Osh. So with 2 minutes of injury time left, it's still Wales 1, Latvia 0, and Wales again keeping out Latvia's attempts on goal. And the ball now being crossed by Spaniaks to, I couldn't see who. It might have been Uldrakish, or was it? No, it wasn't. It was the captain Antonius Chernomordic, but saved very easily, but saved by Danny Ward. Danny Ward was in my top 5 choices for player of the match. We're now into the last 20 seconds. And it looks as though Ben Cabango was going to come on, but it's surely too late for him to do that now. And any second, and they are going to bring on Cabango. So it looks as though we are going to go slightly over time. And off comes Harry Wilson. He will be replaced by Ben Cabango, and onto the pitch comes Ben Cabango. He's made this is his 6th appearance. Regularly plays for Swansea City in the Championship. We're slightly over 3 minutes, and the ball has gone out of play. It looks as though it will be a Wales goal kick, But shortly after this, I'm sure that it will be full. Shortly after this, I'm sure it will be full time. Rob Page giving his instructions from the touchline. Ward will, I think, have the last kick of the match. The final whistle, I am sure, is inevitable. Danny Ward runs up, kicks the ball, and any second now the whistle will go, and there it goes. It's full time. Wales have got their first 3 points of the Euro 2024 qualifying campaign. We'll have other results for you in a moment. Latvia pressed Wales really hard, and despite going a goal down, they were still able to ride their coattails, but they but they just couldn't equalise. Full time at the Cardiff City Stadium. Wales 1, Latvia 0. And we're now I can now start confirming the other results. Switzerland 3, Israel 0 in Group I, and Romania 2, and it's also ended in Group I. Romania 2, Belarus 1. Just going to wait for the other results to come in now. Scotland have just finished against Spain 2-0, and the games between Turkey and Croatia and Kosovo and Andorra are still ongoing. So we'll have final confirmation as and when we can, and as I say, it's just finished. Kosovo 1, Andorra 1, and also before we go, we'll be checking the tables from those. We'll also be checking the tables from those respective groups. So Wales still continuing their superb form at home, but they need to up their game away. And their next match will be on the 16th of June. At home to Armenia. For those of you wondering, Wales's last away win was in October 2021, and it was a World Cup qualifying 1-0 victory over Estonia. So we're still waiting for the confirmation between Turkey and Croatia. But meantime, what can I say about Wales? Elvis Aaron Presley said earlier before the start of the second half, "Come on, Wales!" And I must say that is in no relation to the singer Elvis Presley, or indeed is it Elvis Presley? It's just coincidence that they both seem to have the same name. But I digress. Russ Vernon says, "Great work tonight, Nicholas. Thank you very much." And I'm sure Andrew Bennett, our Wales listener from Hong Kong, will be very pleased with tonight's results. So we're still waiting for Turkey's result to be decided. So we're still waiting for Turkey against Croatia to be decided. So we're now going to take a brief look. So we're now going to take a quick look at the group. So we're now going to take a quick look at the Group D standings. Wales actually top the group on 4 points. Turkey second with 3, because they have lost more goals at home. Currently, they did win against Armenia, but that was away. Croatia third with 1, Armenia fourth with 0, and Latvia fifth with 0. So and I must say, Turkey against Croatia is still taking an age to decide. There must have been something must have gone on which has forced the match to go on, which has forced the match to go on past 90 minutes. And also don't forget, Wales are away to Turkey on the 19th of June. Other Group D, and all I can mention is that the other group, and also I can mention that the other Group D matches And also I can mention that the other Group D matches to be played during that time, between the 16th and 19th of June, is Latvia against Turkey and Armenia against Latvia. Croatia's next match will be on the 8th of September against Latvia. And the final score has just come in. It's Turkey 0, Croatia 2. That settles it. And we can now go through the respective. And now we can officially confirm the full-time score. And we can now officially confirm the full-time scores. Kosovo 1, Andorra 1, Romania 2, Belarus 1, Scotland 2, Spain 0, Switzerland 3, Israel 0, Turkey 0, Croatia 2, and of course, our main game tonight, Wales 1, Latvia 0. And in terms of the respective tables, Scotland top. And in terms of the respective tables, Scotland top Group A with 6 points, 3 with Spain in second place. Norway and Georgia have a point each in third and fourth. Cyprus remain rock bottom. Their next match is against Georgia on the 17th of June. As I mentioned in Group D, Wales top. As I mentioned in Group D, Wales top the group with 4 points, and Croatia's victory has lifted them to second place. Given that they have won more goals at home. So Armenia and Latvia prop up the table with no points each. And in Group I, Switzerland and Romania have 6 points each. They in first and second. Kosovo's well-earned points against Andorra puts them third. With Andorra fourth. Israel are fifth. Israel are fifth with 1 point. Belarus sixth with none. So that just about wraps up our coverage and something that Russ has just pointed out, which was a friendly. Belgium have beaten Germany in any competition since 1954. And the final score in that friendly is Germany 2, Belgium 3. Amazing stat by Russ. If he wants to look for obscure football facts and trivia, Russ is your man. And that officially is it for our coverage on the Commentary Hub. Wales can now take comfort that they go into the interval period topping their group. It just remains one has to think if they'll be able to keep up their form when they play against Armenia and Turkey in June. That's all from me. Thank you for listening. Thank you for listening to our coverage on the Commentary Hub. Good night.